Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome everyone to our living room. I am very excited to start offering you all some video classes for you all to practice a bit at home. I miss you all so much, I do. Oh my goodness. And I hope you're all doing very well. Staying active and enjoying spring. It's actually happening. Yay. So today we're gonna use a strap, a block, and a blanket. If you don't have any of those things at home, you could use a tie or a scarf or a belt instead of a strap. You could use a stack of books or maybe a step stool, a table, anything you have on hand near you. And for a blanket, yeah, you can also use a pillow if you need as well, whatever you have there. Today we're going to work with the hips and the low back. Feel free to send me any requests or anything if you want to practice something that you miss from classes. And let's see if I missed anything. Oh, music. I am not going to be playing any music with this video, but if you would like, I have included a little link to a Spotify playlist that I made. Feel free to play your own there at home, whatever you'd like. And we're going to start today on our back with the knees bent, the soles of the feet to the floor. I personally like to have a little blanket or pillow under my head whenever I lay back. That is up to you. And so we'll windshield wiper the knees side to side. Arms could rest by the sides, palms facing up. And either let the knees fall in together or extend your legs all the way out in front, feet splaying open about the width of the mat. Softening completely here down to the floor. Any tension held in the face, the back of the neck, the shoulders, the low back and the hips. Turning your attention right away to the rise and fall of the breath. The belly relaxing out on the inhale. Chest rising and expanding. And on the exhales, the belly falls in. Maybe a little constriction in the abdominals, pushing air from the lungs back to the environment. And observing the quality of mind and body here at the beginning of class. Maybe setting an intention or a focal point, something you can carry with you throughout the practice. Something that will bring you back into the feeling of now. The breath can be your anchor. Maybe you have someone or something important to you, offering your efforts today. And with that intention, moving, wiggling the fingers, little micro movements, waking up the body. Circling the wrists and the ankles. And then reach the arms overhead, a full length stretch, fingers to toes. Releasing your arms by your sides. And from here, bend at your knees, soles of the feet to the floor. And starting with a neutral low back. Tilt the pelvis forward, creating a little arch in the low back. And then tilting the pelvis back, lowering the low back towards the floor. Sacrum slightly lifts. Tilting forward. And back. Starting to wake up the low back here, waking up the vertebral column. Back to a neutral spine, and we'll take our strap, wherever it went, there you are. And we'll loop up the right foot into the strap and extend it into the air. And inhale, reach out through the right heel. Exhale, draw the toes in any closer towards the face. Inhale, reaching out. And exhale, draw toes in. Option here to fully extend the left leg, grounding through the thigh bone, internally rotating the thigh. And softening through the muscles of the face, engaging the quadriceps of the right leg to help lengthen the hamstrings. And bringing the strap into the left hand, we'll reach the right arm to the side, ground your shoulder. You can bend at the elbow if you need some space beside you. And then we'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate, bringing the right leg to the left side. Gaze will turn to the right. Option here is to bend at the right knee and bring the sole of the foot towards the top of the left thigh. Helps conserve space a bit there. Fully inhale, expanding, and exhale, empty and deepen. Draw the belly button in, and inhale, return to center. Exhale, bring the strap into the right hand, palm facing down as you grab hold. And then take your left palm and ground the left hip bone with the left hand. We'll inhale here. And exhale, bring the right leg to the right side. Toes flex in, pressing through the heel. Full breath. Draw the belly button in, and inhale, guide the right leg back to center. And then exhale, bend at the right knee, release the strap from the foot, and we'll switch, looping up the left foot into the strap and extend it into the air. Left toes flex in towards the face. Inhale, reach out through the heel. And exhale, draw the toes in any closer towards you. Go ahead and fully extend the right leg if you haven't already. Strap comes into the right hand, And then reach the left arm to the side, ground the shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, rotate. Left leg to the right side. Gaze will turn to the left. You're wringing out the spine here. And so to really get into the outside of the left leg here, you can flex the left toes in towards the face and press out through the heel. Again, option to bend at the left knee, sole of the foot towards the top of your right thigh here. Full breath on the inhale, expand. Exhale, empty and deepen. Draw the belly button in. And inhale, return to center. Exhale, strap into the left hand, palm faces down as you grab hold. We'll inhale and exhale, let the left leg come over to the left side, grounding the right hip bone with the right palm as you come over. Pull the belly button in. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, bending at the left knee, release the strap from the foot and setting that over to the side. We'll hug both knees in towards the chest and a little sway. Option here to roll to one side, maybe use a bicep for a pillow, and then pressing yourself up to a seat from there. Or bring the hands behind the knees and roll along the spine a couple times to your seat. All right. So from here, we'll bring a block out in front. There we go. And take Sukhasana easy pose, one leg out in front of the other, front toes flexing in towards the knee. And then block out in front, fingertips towards it, ground down through the seat and inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Shoulder blades draw together and on the exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward, keeping your seat grounding, length out through the spine, and let the head bow forward. So you can keep the hands up onto the block, maybe fingertips, palms, or readjust the height of the block, lower to the forearms if you'd like. Now, if the knee and the hip are not having this here, you can take a figure 4 on your back instead, crossing one ankle on top of the opposite thigh and pressing that thigh away. Little sway there. And now wherever you are, we'll inhale, press ourselves up, and then exhale, switch. Opposite leg to the front, opposite leg to the back. Grounding down through the seat, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. So if you were in that figure 4 on your back, just bring the opposite ankle to the top of the opposite thigh. Wherever you are, full breath, reconnecting to your intention, your focus. Draw the belly button in. Inhale, walk the hands up. If you are on your back, go ahead and come back up to your seat here. We're going to press forward to a tabletop, bringing the shoulders over the wrists, the knees underneath the hips. And this is where a blanket comes in handy. If you have some really solid floor underneath you, it's nice to have that cushion under the knees. Okay. So from here, we'll inhale, reach the right leg out behind, toes pointing down, pressing through the heel, and then grounding through the right palm, pull the belly button in and float the left arm out in front. Full breath here. Inhale. Exhale, hug the left elbow in towards the right knee, chin tucks under. Inhale, re-extend, good ground through the right palm. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hug it in. Now inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, bend at the right knee, reach the left hand around the left side towards the right foot. Doesn't have to reach. Inhale, re-extend the arm and the leg. And exhale, bend at the knee. Inhale, lengthen, one more here. And exhale, reaching back. We'll inhale, reach. And exhale, release the left hand and the right knee. Switching here, ground through the left palm. Float the left leg, toes pointing down, pressing through the heel. And reach the right arm out in front. Steady breath. Inhaling. Exhale, hug the right elbow in towards the left knee, chin tucks under. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, reach. And exhale, hug. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, bend at the left knee. Reach the right hand around the right side towards the left foot. Doesn't have to reach. We'll inhale, lengthen. And exhale, reach the right hand back towards the left foot. One more. We'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release the right hand and the left knee to the floor. So choosing here if you'd like to have the knees together or about mat width for your child's pose, sending sit bones to heels. Arms could either extend, you could wrap them around the feet, you could stack your hands and rest the forehead on top. Always keeping in mind that this posture is available to you if you need a home base, place to reconnect to the breath, and evaluate the energy level. Walking your hands over to the left-hand side, grounding through the palms, breathing into the side body as you sink your seat down. And back through the center over to the right, grounding through the palms, breathing into the ribcage. And back to the center. We'll inhale, press ourselves to a tabletop, bringing the knees underneath the hips. We'll inhale. And exhale, tuck your toes, push into the palms, lift knees and hips to downward facing dog. Pedaling it out here, bend at one knee, reaching through the opposite heel, just making yourself at home, playing around with different distances between the hands, between the feet, between the hands and the feet. Once you find a pretty good spot for yourself, really rooting down, sending the heels towards the floor, keeping as much of a bend in the knees as you need, tilting the pelvis forward, belly and heart melting down. Full breath here. We'll inhale here. Exhale, step your feet to a forward fold. Good bend at the knees here. Pull the belly button in as you press into the feet to take pressure out of the hands. Fingertips can either dangle. You could clasp your elbows and hang heavily, or interlace fingers behind your back and extend the arms overhead. Little shoulder opener there. Releasing your hands towards the floor. Bend at the knees, press into your feet and inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, fold forward. Bend at the knees, press into your feet, inhale, sweep arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Couple breaths here. Now shake out the arms, shake out the legs, readjust anything you need here. And let's come up towards the top of the mat. I'm gonna turn and face y'all. And now check down at your feet. We have about parallel and hip wide between them. And then rolling side to side, forward and back on your feet. And then just drop right down into them like a sack of potatoes. Yeah. And then now feel that you're rooting down and actually pressing through the big toe mounds, the pinky toe mounds, and the heels. All 6 points, pressing down as you lengthen up through the spine. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. Couple breaths here, eyes may close. And notice if, while you're here, if you tend to kind of fall into one leg over the other. Notice what you notice. How do you carry yourself? Blinking the eyes open. On your inhale, sweep your arms overhead. And exhale, reach up and over to the right, grounding through the feet, sending your hips to the left. And your gaze can either be down towards the floor, out in front of you, or to the inside of the left arm. Full breath. Option here to release the right arm down by the side. Draw the belly button in. Inhale, lift the torso, reach the right arm. Exhale, reach up and over to the left, sending the hips to the right. Gaze can either be down towards the floor, out in front of you, or up towards the ceiling. Again, option, you can drop the left arm. Pull the belly button in. And inhale, lift the torso, reaching the left arm. Exhale, reach up and back, sending the hips forward. Little back bend here. So you can keep the arms reaching straight up. You could bend at the elbows, sending the heart up and out, or support the low back with the hands. Elbows drawing inward. Full breath wherever you are. Draw the belly button in. Inhale, lift the torso, reach the arms. And exhale, chair pose. So bend at the knees, check down at your feet, and see that the knees are pointing in the same direction. If they are wanting to kind of bow in, bring the feet in close. So sinking down through your seat, softening through the low back. Pull the belly button in and shoulders soften. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward, hips high, head heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat and step your feet to a plank pose. Holding here for a moment, shoulders over the wrists. pull the belly button in and reach through the heels as you lengthen through the crown. Returning to your focus, your intention. What is it that brings you to the practice? What are you doing this work for? Inhale here. On your exhale, either lower the knees or keep them lifted. We'll bend at the elbows and keep them close to the rib cage as you slowly lower to your belly. Tops of the feet to the floor. Quadriceps engaged, baby cobra here. Pull the belly button in and inhale, lengthen through the crown as you float the shoulders. So very little, if any, pressure is in the hands. Shoulder blades draw together and down the back, full breath here. Inhaling. Exhale, lower your shoulders, tuck your toes, pull the belly button in, and inhale, press either through a tabletop or a plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, pedaling it out here. Shake your head no and yes. Now, bring the big toes in towards touching. Inhale, reach the right leg high. And exhale, shift the shoulders forward, draw the knee in towards the nose, chin tucks. Push into the palms, inhale, re-extend the right. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Press into the palms, inhale, re-extend. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. And then dropping the foot here, lightly planting. Letting the left heel down towards the floor. Now bend the right knee directly over the ankle. Pull the belly button in and press into the feet on the inhale, lifting the torso and the arms. Readjust the stance if you need. Warrior one here. Drawing the right hip back. Pull the left hip forward, root down through the feet as you inhale, lengthen through the spine and the fingers. Exhale, reaching up and back. Inhaling. Exhale, release your hands to frame the foot. Inhale, step the right foot to a plank. And exhale, take a flow or skip it. Meeting in downward facing dog. Big toes in towards touching. We'll inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, shift the shoulders forward, draw the knee in towards the nose, chin tucks. Press into the palms, inhale, re-extend. And exhale, left knee, right elbow. Press into the palms, inhale, re-extend. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Lightly plant the left foot. Drop the right heel down. So check in with your stance before you even come up. Left knee directly over the ankle. Ground through all of the points of the feet. Pull the belly button in and inhale, lift the torso and the arms. Rooting down through the feet. Pull the left hip back, the right hip forward. Grounding down as you lengthen up. Inhaling. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, step the left foot back to a plank. Again, exhale, take a float or skip it. Meeting in our downward facing dog. We'll inhale. And exhale, step your feet to forward fold. Again, keep a little bend at the knees, pull the belly button in, and inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen through the crown, shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, fold forward. Bend at the knees, press into the feet, inhale, sweep arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Couple breaths here. So shake out the arms, shake out the legs, readjust anything you need here. Okay, so we're gonna take a wide stance with the toes pointing in and the heels pointing out. Hands can either come to the hips or you can clasp your hands behind you. I like to have a block out in front here for any variations. Okay, so we'll root down through the feet. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Shoulder blades draw together, and exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward, leading with the heart. Hands can either drop towards the floor, to the block, or you can clasp your hands behind and extend the arms overhead, shoulder opener there. And feel free to find any variations here. You can bend at one knee, stretching away from the opposite leg and switching. Maybe a little twist. Bend at the knees, bringing the hands back towards the center. And now we're going to come over to the right side. So pivot on your right heel, toes pointing towards one short end of your mat. And then lift up the lift up the left heel and pivot on the ball of the foot. Drop your left knee down. Now feel free again here to pad underneath the left knee. And then heel toe the right foot towards the outside edge of the mat. Both hands to the inside of the right foot. Right knee directly over the ankle. We'll inhale, lengthen up through the crown. And exhale, sink down through the hips. Full breath. Options here, you can stay up on fingertips, palms, maybe lower towards the forearms. You can change the height of the block. If you'd like to add another little layer of challenge, you can tuck the left toes under, lift up the left knee, and press out through the heel. Now, if you are feeling very comfortable in your practice, feeling very warm, feel free to take maybe a little arm balance variation. I'll show you on the other side, so I don't have the wall next to me. Now, wherever we are, go ahead and walk the hands back up. Tailbone tucks under, pressing into the palms, rounding through the back, and then chin tucks in towards the chest. Draw the belly button in. Inhale, lift up the torso, send the hips up, but keep the right knee over the ankle. Left toes tuck under, lift up the left knee, and then drop down the left heel. So coming into a warrior two pose, pull the belly button in, press into the feet, and inhale, reverse cartwheel, the arms up and over, warrior two. So check down at your stance, readjust it if you need. Make it a challenging yet sustainable posture for you today. Okay, so right toes pointing straight forward, running parallel to the outside edge of the mat. Knee is directly over the ankle and tracing towards the pinky toe. Open the torso away from the right leg, and then arms open to the side pretty evenly. You can use the peripheral to check in at first. Reaching through all the fingers and gaze turns over the right hand. Full breath. Inhaling. Exhale, exalted warrior. Left palm, left thigh, reaching the right arm up and back. Now, gaze can either be down towards the back foot or turning it up towards the inside of the right arm. Long line of energy from the outside of the left foot through the body and out through the right hand. Inhale through a warrior two. And exhale, extended side angle pose. Right forearm towards the right thigh. Left arm is either over the ear or let the arm wrap around the torso. Now, if the right forearm is to the thigh, make a fist and use the forearm to draw the flesh of the right thigh back and in towards the hip, externally rotating that thigh. Root down through the feet. We'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale, rotate open. Noticing if the neck is getting a little lazy, keep length out through the crown. Lower the gaze. Pull the belly button in and use the left arm to lift you on the inhale. And exhale, release the arms down. Pivot on your right heel, toes point in. Pivot on the left heel, toes point out. All right. So root down through the feet. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, bend the left knee over the ankle. Warrior two. So notice if the left knee is trying to fall in towards the midline. Don't let it. Really trace it towards the pinky toe and keep it there as you open the torso to the right. Arms are even, reaching through the fingers, and gaze turns over the left hand. Full breath here. Inhaling. Exhale, exalted warrior. Right palm towards the right thigh and lengthening out through the left arm as you reach up and back. Left knee stays over the ankle, trace it towards the pinky toe. Pull the belly button in. Inhale through a warrior two and exhale, extended side angle pose. Left forearm towards the thigh, using the forearm to draw the flesh of the thigh back and in towards the hip. So notice any rounding, creating one long line of energy from the outside of the right foot through the right arm. Pull the belly button in and inhale, use the right arm to lift you, extending the left. And exhale, release your arms down. Now pivoting on your left heel, heel toe the feet in towards center or jump them in together. And then now let's take a figure four chair pose. Okay, so we'll bring the right foot out in front, lift up the toes, spread them out, plant them down, and pour your weight over into the right foot. Little bend at the knee. If it's helpful, you can set a steady gaze out in front of you and cross your left ankle on top of the right thigh. So now sinking down, bending at the right knee, softening through the low back, pulling the belly button in. Now, standing up through the right leg on the inhale, and exhale, extend the left leg straight out behind you, toes pointing down, pressing through the heel, keeping length through the spine. And it's okay if you fall over just a little bit, grab onto some wall, some chair, your block. Pull the belly button in and inhale, lift the torso. And exhale, release the right foot down next to the left. Shake it all out here. And then we'll switch. Left foot out in front, lifting the toes, spread them out, plant them down. pouring your weight into the left foot. And then cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh. Toes flex in towards the knee, bending at the left knee when you are ready. Pressing into the left foot, inhale, lifting. And exhale, extending the right leg out behind you, toes pointing down, pressing through the heel as you hinge around the left hip. Warrior 3. Hands could stay at the heart. You could reach out in front of you, to the sides, maybe to your block. Inhale, lifting the torso. And exhale, release the left foot down next to the right. And shake it all out here. Okay. So from here, we'll come back up to the top of the mat. Check down at your feet, grounding down. Lengthen up. And shoulders roll up, back, and down. Grounding through the feet. Inhale, sweep arms up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, hands to the mat. Stepping either straight to downward facing dog or take a final flow there, listening to what your body is asking for. Releasing the knees towards the mat, sending sit bones to heels, arms extend and the forehead lowers. Reconnecting to the breath here, and checking in with the energy level. We'll inhale, press ourselves back up to a tabletop. We're going to lower onto the stomach from here. So same thing as well. You can add a little padding underneath the hip bones, unfolding the blanket and placing it underneath you there. Okay. So lowering on down, and we'll bring the tops of the feet to the floor, arms by the sides, palms face up. Okay. Now zip up the insides of the legs and engage the quadriceps. Pull the belly button in and inhale, lengthen through the crown as you float the shoulders. Pull the shoulder blades together and down the back and floating the forearms and the hands. Any variations here, maybe clasping the hands behind the back and reaching out through the knuckles. Maybe linking the breath to the movement. We'll inhale and exhale, release down, maybe stack your hands and rest your forehead on top. Option to bend at the knees and windshield wiper the shins side to side. Re-extending both legs. Tops of the feet to the floor. We'll do that one more time. So arms re-extend by your sides, palms up. Zipping up the insides of the legs. Quadriceps engaged. Pull the belly button in and inhale, lengthen through the crown. Float the shoulders. pull your shoulder blades together and lifting the forearms and the hands. Reaching through the fingers, toes, and crown. Again, variations here are optional, either clasping hands behind you and reaching out through the knuckles, maybe a little bow pose, kicking the feet into the hands, and then kicking any further up. Inhaling, and exhale, slowly lower. Again, tops of the hands, or hands can stack and bring the forehead to the top. Hands come underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes under, pull the belly button in and inhale, press to a tabletop. And on your exhale, bring either side of the hip to the floor and swing your legs forward to come onto your seat. Okay, so we're gonna take an Ardha Matsyendrasana, a half Lord of the Fish pose. So we will have our seat. I am folding up my blanket here because I like to have a little boost up in the seat for this one. Okay, so right leg can start extended, sole of the left foot to the outside of the right thigh. And then now, if it's available in the hip and the knee, you can bend at the right knee, bringing the heel in close to your seat. We'll root down through the sit bones and through the left big toe mound. Inhale, lengthen straight up through the spine. And exhale, rotate to your left, wrapping the right arm around the left shin and bring the left fingertips behind you. And any variations that you enjoy practicing on your own, feel free to play with that. The right elbow could come to the outside of the left thigh, maybe any hand mudras here. Wherever you are, keeping breath full in the belly as you take this closed twist. Now, inhale, return back through center. Exhale, release into your hands. Extend both legs and knock them on the ground. Wiggle them out here. Okay. And then we'll switch. Left leg can be extended. Sole of the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. If you're taking the twist from here with the leg extended, keeping the toes flexing in and the quadriceps engaged as you rotate. Okay. So now if you would like, you could bend at the left knee, bring the heel in close to your seat, root down through the seat wherever you are, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, rotate to the right. Hug your left arm around the right shin, bring the right fingertips behind you. Grounding down through the seat, we'll inhale, lengthen, and exhale, rotate. Full breath here, inhale, extending out, and exhale, twist. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, release into your hands. Extend both legs and knock them on the ground. Now we'll bring the soles of the feet to touch. The knees open to the sides. And then bring the hands to the feet. We'll give ourselves a little foot massage here, adding pressure with the thumbs as you slide from the heel towards the big toe mound. All the toes get a little love. And then we'll root down through the seat. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Draw the shoulder blades together, and on the exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with the heart as you fold. So keeping your ground, lengthening out through the spine, and let your head bow forward. Pull the belly button in, and inhale, walk the hands up, lift the torso. We'll lean back and extend the legs straight out. Toes flex in, quadriceps engaged, hands in by the sides, and then press down through the seat, lengthen through the spine. Pull your shoulder blades together, staff pose, Dandasana. Now keeping a lengthened spine, we'll inhale. Exhale, folding forward. So now if right away, if the low back is saying, I don't like this, you can walk the hands back up, keep a good bend at the knees, toes flexing in, and then belly button drawn in as you inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Another good option is to have like a thick rolled up blanket underneath the knees to add that extra bit of support. Wherever you end up, keep your ground, keeping length and integrity through the spine, and let your head bow forward. Pull the belly button in, and inhale, walk the hands up, lift the torso. We'll lean back, bend at the knees, and scoot your seat in close to the heels. And now, let's do something fun. We do the 2:45 beginner yoga class at the Senior Center calls this the sunken boat. So let's take a boat pose and we'll come on down from there. So scoop the flesh from underneath the seat if you need. And we'll have the hands behind the knees. Root down through the seat, lengthen through the spine, and pull the shoulder blades together. We'll lean back, lift up the heels, and walk the feet back to a place where you can float them. And then reaching out through the toes, shins are about parallel to the floor, whatever is best. And then you can keep support underneath the knees if you'd like. You could let the hands float. And maybe playing with lifting the legs any higher, you can add that support back underneath you. You can play with hand to big toe to pose, mindful of anything that may be behind you in case you roll backwards. Any table corners, for instance. And then now coming back to our boat. And now we'll inhale, extend out, floating just above the floor. And then exhale, draw it back in. Inhale, reach out. And exhale, pull it back in. One more, inhale, reaching out. Exhale, hold here. Inhale. Exhale, lower one more inch. Inhale. Exhale, lower completely. Well done. We'll hug the knees to the chest and sway side to side. Back of the head can roll with you. And now let's continue doing a little bit more core work just to give the low back some love. So we'll bring the legs at about a 90-degree angle. Hands will come to your knees, and then we'll press both into each other. So the hands will push into the knees will press back into the hands, and pull the belly button in, full breath here. And release. We'll hug the knees and sway side to side, maybe circling the knees there, clockwise and counter. And then now from here, rolling to one side, bring your forearm, the opposite forearm, palm down underneath the torso and roll yourself onto that arm. And then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Bring that arm underneath you, palm facing down, and rolling yourself onto your forearms. So now here we'll extend both legs. These are called leg pikes. So pulling the belly button in and floating the legs up. Slowly letting them back down. And slowly lifting them back up. Couple more rounds. Now next one, we'll bend at the knees, roll to one side and release the arms out. We'll hug the right knee in, extend the left leg, heel hovering just above the floor. And then now option to either interlace the fingers behind the head, elbows to the sides, or if the hands clasping just don't work, you can leave knuckles towards temples. So we'll inhale as we lay back here, and exhale, draw the left elbow towards the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, lay back and switch the legs, and exhale, right elbow towards the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, lay back, and exhale, continue. Making it even on both sides, and hug the knees to the chest. Again, let the back of the head roll with you. Release your feet to the floor, heels in close to the seat, arms by the sides, palms face up. Taking a bridge pose here, you could always take a supported bridge with the block or set of books underneath the sacrum as you lift. So now we'll press down through the feet and lift up the hips, inner thighs engaging towards one another, heart reaching up towards the chin, and the chin lifting away from the heart. So here is where you could place the block right up underneath the sacrum. It may take a couple little lowers and readjustments until you find a good spot where you can release onto. And we'll inhale here and exhale, slowly lower down, a vertebrae at a time. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees open to the sides, reclining bound angle pose. Pressing the feet together, guiding the knees back in towards the midline. And taking any favorite final movements here. You can take a little happy baby, maybe a plow into shoulder stand if you have that in your practice. Any other favorites? Maybe a legs up the wall pose. You can drag your mat over to some wall space. Or use this time to grab any socks, a little jacket, whatever you need to feel cozy. And having the knees either bent or the legs extended all the way out in front. Arms can rest by the sides, palms face up, or you could stack one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And same thing here. Softening through all of the muscles of the face, the forehead, the space between the eyebrows, the temples and the jaw, and all through the body. And you'll take a final moment here and thank yourself for showing up today for this practice and doing this work both mentally and physically. And thank your body for always doing its best, trying its hardest every moment of every day for you. And we'll stay for the next few moments, observing natural breath, and let the mind stay easy, resting here in Shavasana, corpse pose. Bringing our attention back to the space around. Deepening the breath once again here. Finding the micro movements, wiggle fingers and toes. Circle wrists and ankles. Again, reaching the arms overhead, a full length stretch, fingers to toes. And curling over to one side, tuck in the knees. Use a bicep for a pillow. The earth supporting you another moment or so here. On an inhale, we'll press ourselves up to a comfortable seat. The eyes heavy, and the breath natural. Down through the sit bones, lengthen up through the spine and roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Joining your hands at your heart, pressing thumbs to the sternum. We can complete our class today with an Om. joining there at home if you would like. We'll inhale all together. Wonderful. So thank you all for joining in practice today and allowing me to guide you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. The divine within me honors and sees the divine within each one of you. Namaste.